Before we get started, I would like you to please excuse any dog barking that you may hear throughout the entirety of this speech. We are currently having construction done at this place of residence, and the dogs do not like loud noises. When people hear the word feminist, they generally think of a woman or a gay male that hates men and wants power over men. In reality, a feminist is someone of any sex that wants and advocates for equality throughout all aspects of life, whether that be politically, economically, or socially. Today I'm going to be discussing with you two key elements of feminism: their common misconceptions versus their truths, as well as what can and should be done to fix these issues. In specific, we will be covering radical feminism. Some may know this as feminazism, or the term feminazi, as well as the preconceived idea that equality is an excuse for violence in any shape or form. In 2015, employees that identified as female earned 20% less pay than their male counterparts for the same position in the same company. In other words, they were doing the exact same job at the exact same place of employment and made 20% less than males. This is severely impacting a woman's chance of economic equality in regards to simple survival when it comes to finances, and it is simply unfair. Whether or not you agree with the main goal of feminism, you should realize that we are all human beings, and it is simply unjust to work the same position in the same company as another person doing the same exact job as that person and make 20% less than that person. One of the common misconceptions about feminism as a whole is that they are automatically stereotyped as women that hate men. In other words, man-haters is a term that is tossed around quite frequently. Or gay men that simply want attention and power over men or special rights. Another common misconception by non-feminists is that it's okay to be violent towards a feminist because that is a main goal of feminism is true equality, and violence between either sex is considered equal in some people's eyes. Okay, to shed light on some common misconceptions of feminism, I feel it would be best to first define exactly what feminism is for the purposes of this speech. Feminism is defined as the advocacy for equal representation in political, economical, and social environments. Having said that, a feminist, by definition, can be anyone and everyone. If you are of the belief that men and women are equal in all aspects of life, in regards to strength, intellectual ability, etc., you are, by definition, a feminist. It's as simple as that. To go along with this, violence is and should never be the answer to any situation, regardless of your identity as a feminist or non-feminist. Violence simply is never the answer to any situation whatsoever. Okay, violence is not okay and never the answer. You may now be asking yourself, how can this be solved? How can we fix these misconceptions and properly educate the world? What can I do? The answer is fairly simple. Engage in calm, polite, and respectful conversation with those that you disagree with and those that oppose feminism. Educate them through talking with them, and remember to keep an open mind and not to come off as condescending or judgmental. And you have to think logically about this as well, because the truth is, people are going to believe whatever they were raised to believe. Their ideas are not going to change overnight. You're not going to convince them with the snap of a finger or the blink of an eye. It's going to take time, and it's going to be slow. You also need to be receptive to their oppositions. Don't immediately dismiss anything that they say or believe. Slowly educate them through calm discussion. Okay, and to conclude, we have discussed what radical feminism is. They are not the majority. We have discussed that violence is never the answer to any situation, regardless of your identity as a feminist or non-feminist. And to remember that the solution is to openly discuss and educate opposers through discussion, keeping an open mind and being receptive to their oppositions in a non-condescending discussion.